King Charles is reluctant to agree to Queen Camilla's new rule amid cancer treatment. King Charles has been resisting his wife's rules amid news he's planning to take a break from cancer treatment in October. According to a new report, despite the monarch's reservations, he has apparently relented, with some reluctance, and agreed to follow Queen Camilla's advice. A source, who spoke to the Mail on Sunday, alleged that the king had been forced to start eating lunch every day. The 75-year-old royal has reportedly always forgone lunch, claiming to be too busy to stop and eat. However, on the orders of his wife, aides and doctors, he has grudgingly started eating in the middle of the day to keep his strength up, the outlet reported. With some reluctance, he now has something to eat at lunchtime, a snack, really, a source told the Mail on Sunday. He now eats half an avocado to sustain him through the day. It's important, particularly if you have got an illness. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Buckingham Palace confirmed that King Charles had been diagnosed with cancer in February 2024. It was later reported that Queen Camilla didn't want Charles to share his cancer diagnosis with the general public, but she was overruled. Queen Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles, recently shared an update on his stepfather's health. While promoting his new book, Cooking and the Crown, Royal Recipes from Queen Victoria to King Charles III, Parker Bowles explained, via The Express, that Charles' doctor says the treatment is going well. Parker Bowles also revealed that his mom, Queen Camilla, was remaining as strong as possible while her husband underwent cancer treatment. "She's tough, my mother," he said. While Charles has allegedly only agreed to eat half an avocado each lunchtime, the king is a huge fan of food. Writing for the Daily Mail, Parker Bowles said of his stepdad, "There is no man who knows more about food and farming, from the best of British cheeses, through rare breeds of sheep and cow, to heritage varieties of plum, apple and pear, than the king." Parker Bowles also revealed that King Charles ensures he eats as much fresh food each day as possible. Just like the sovereigns before him, his kitchens are filled with the seasonal bounty of the royal estates and gardens, from game, beef and lamb, to peas, strawberries, raspberries and chard. Parker Bowles wrote that, along with state banquets, and the importance of tea as a mid-afternoon meal, is a tradition that has endured through the ages. King Charles' very unexpected competitive hobby he shares with wife Queen Camilla. King Charles and Queen Camilla may be very happily married, but there is one hobby they share that they are deeply competitive about, according to Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles. The revelation was made in Tom's new cookbook, Cooking and the Crown, which explores royal-inspired recipes from Queen Victoria to King Charles. During the introduction of his fresh pappardelle with porcini mushrooms recipe, Tom revealed that Charles and Camilla are deeply competitive about their mushroom hauls, a hobby Charles has enjoyed for years. Tom penned, "Wild mushrooms are somewhat of an obsession, with Charles III and Queen Camilla deeply competitive about their hauls." The author previously gushed about King Charles' environmentally friendly approach to food, explaining, "His Majesty the King is a true food hero. There is nothing he doesn't know about rare breeds of cattle, heritage varieties of plum and apple, the joys of mutton and wild mushrooms, and the oozing allure of a stinky cheese." Every monarch has had their own tastes and preferences, and the king's interest in sustainable, regenerative farming is well known, and was way ahead of its time. His advice is invaluable, his knowledge profound. Food critic Tom, who was raised by the now Queen and her ex-husband Andrew Parker Bowles, recently revealed that Camilla enforced a rather strict diet growing up. "We grew up eating locally, seasonally and organically, where before they became the overused buzzwords they are today. My mother shopped at the butcher, fishmonger, bakery, and greengrocer," he explained in an interview with You magazine. Despite enjoying some processed foods, Tom admitted they were kept to a minimum in his household. But his mother, whom he praised as a good cook, limited what they were allowed. But when Sainsbury's opened in Chippenham at the start of the 80s, it was like that moment in The Wizard of Oz where it moves from monochrome to technicolor. He added, ice magic, bird's eye chicken pies, butterscotch angel delight, and huge variety packs of Monster Munch. We wanted it all, although my mother was fairly strict about what we were allowed. King Charles, set to ban historic word during upcoming royal tour. King Charles is set to ban a historic word during his upcoming royal tour with Queen Camilla, it has been claimed. The term walkabout will not be used on the King and Queen's tour of Australia and Samoa out of respect for Australia's indigenous communities. The phrase, coined by Queen Elizabeth II 54 years ago, is set to be replaced with opportunity to meet the public, out of respect for the customs and traditions of Aboriginal communities. The term has come to mean a member of the royal family meeting, and greeting well-wishers. However, it is used in Aboriginal culture when a person travels on foot into the bush in times of ritual, meditation, change, grief or coming of age. Therefore, the phrase will not be used by Buckingham Palace during the October trip, the first long-haul tour undertaken by the King since his diagnosis with cancer, according to reports in the Telegraph. This tour is understood to be the first trip where the term has been deliberately avoided. It will be Charles's first return to Australia and Samoa as King and the head of the Commonwealth. The tour has been adapted in line with doctors' advice, Buckingham Palace has confirmed. The 9-day visit will factor in some rest periods after the long-haul travel, and will not include any evening engagements in Australia. The King, who is receiving treatment for cancer at the age of 75, will undertake several engagements relating to the disease. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla, 77, will attend events for her key causes of preventing violence against women, and promoting literacy. Engagements will focus on acknowledging and honoring Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island culture and traditions. The King and Queen will attend a community barbecue, a staple of Australian culture, in Western Sydney, as well as learn about bushfire prevention and native plants. The tour was originally intended to include New Zealand, however, it was scaled back on medical advice. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said, "We've had to, as you would with any visit, think about how you can ensure Their Majesty's energies are preserved to be at their best." There had been some hope earlier in the year for Their Majesties to be able to visit New Zealand. On doctors' advice, and in close consultation with the Australian and New Zealand governments, that wasn't able to take place. We've had to make some difficult decisions about the program with the Australian government, about where Their Majesties can get to. Thanks for watching, please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.